The last part of this is the Family Resolution Challenge. Earlier in the evening, we talked about Benjamin Franklin's challenge on the steps in Philadelphia, where he said, "We have created a republic, madam, if you can keep it." That is what we're talking about here. You will receive a copy tonight of Ben Franklin's challenge. It's online as well. You can click to it through my friend's website, atlantabusinessmagazine.com. Charlie Caperton is a good friend of mine working with us on this project. I myself, is officially, if you want to talk terminology, am a Georgia General Assembly Resolution Ambassador on this venture. From 30,000 feet, we've been talking about the Next Steps training all night and the We the People Revolution. There is something over and beyond it, which is the heart and soul, the driving force, the inspiration for the We the People Revolution. When you get finished tonight, pick up a copy of the Benjamin Franklin Challenge. It serves the All-American Citizen team. That is a big concept. More time than I've got in this last session to talk about. Go to our website, wethepeoplerevolution.com. Do not commit to this thing until you've investigated it. What we talked about tonight and the All-American Citizen team itself is nothing more. We talked about local control. We talked about we the people did ordain this Constitution. It starts at the most local level. Our founders designed a system that was a family to family, community to community, national exercise in civic literacy. It's the reason and the focus, and the reason we have the focus on local control in our United States Constitution. Everybody tells me, we're so used to seeing it now, thinking this Congress, this White House, it has gotten egregious, it's beyond what anything I can do. What do? I'm overwhelmed. I don't know which way to look. That's the feeling they want us to get. It's overwhelming. There's no way to change it. Folks, there is a way to change it, and it starts at the smallest, most often disregarded, frequently disregarded group, our family. You want to know why there's a war on the family? There are a lot of reasons, and I need more time than this to talk about it. But our Constitution set that in motion. All-American Citizen team is a challenge. It's based on about 4 decades of research and development. There's a 40-minute video on wethepeoplerevolution.com that details that. Ken and a lot of very phenomenal names, if I mentioned all the names, you would recognize a lot of them today, were involved in this process over the last 40 years. We are standing on the top of a promotion phase now that for the first time in history, in a lot of ways because of our social media, we are actually able to engage in. Please take that Benjamin Franklin challenge, go to the website, watch the video, talk it over with your family, because this is a family commitment. It's also a commitment that your family will engage, at least 5, I would like to ask, your mutual associations. What do I mean by that? The pillar of your community that signifies your religion, your business, your government, your education sector, your law enforcement sector. There are 7 pillars that are identified in the process, and we're asking you to commit to it as a family, and for your mutual associations to commit to it again. And then let us know. There's an online Benjamin Franklin challenge. You can do it online as well if you don't do it here tonight. Please shoot us an email if you sign the physical document, and we will put, along with your zip code, by the way, because we're going to plug it on an online interactive map. And if you do this on the online challenge, it will be, your zip code will be asked for, and you'll be on a map. Nobody's monitoring that. Nobody's selling that. Nobody's doing banner ads or anything like that. It exists in cyberspace, and nobody's going to be calling you to collect money or anything like that. It is literally an interactive map online that just tracks the rising numbers. What did I say earlier? Nothing impacts media, nothing impacts all of us than rising, escalating numbers. There's one thing that we can't turn away from as human beings, and we're wired to do it: rising numbers. We cannot turn away from momentum. We've got to know why it is what it is. So do that. If you do it online, it'll obviously do that. The reason that I'm bringing all this up, and the reason ultimately that we are here tonight, is that we said at the very beginning that we were going to try this evening to take the sheet off the shroud of liberty that we've allowed ourselves to be conditioned to. And hopefully that has happened tonight. Because at the end of the day, we are a people that have a challenge before us, and it is Benjamin Franklin's challenge. We are in a revolution. Why the We the People revolution? Why the next steps? Because we are in a revolution. And it's not a revolution of bayonets. It's a revolution of ideas. And it's not a revolution of new ideas. It's a revolution of timeless ideas that need their recognition again. And if we were just willing to pull the shroud off the statue, we would find that in New York Harbor, we have a general. Her name is Lady Liberty. And she is calling us to a battle of ideas, to know who we are, and to be proud to represent a liberty that enlightens the world. She's got a battle cry. That's it from her to us. My challenge tonight is that we go here and take up the banner call. Thank you. And also, on your way out, please tip your waitresses and your bartenders. And thanks Stephanie and Reagan for putting all this together. Americans for Prosperity, Atlanta Young Republicans, Buckhead Young Republicans. Hang around too. Stephanie would never mention this, but I want to help her out a little bit. We did have a minimum on the alcohol that we had to meet. We're not quite there yet, so if you really want to, the best way to process information, and once you've been in a really intense seminar, is to just kind of take it off, load off your back. If that's not you, if you've had problems with this in the past, I'm not speaking to you. Please disregard me. I am not the little devil on your shoulder, okay? I'm not beckoning this. But if you don't, grab a drink before you leave and sit around for a little while, of course, before you leave, and help us out with that. Thank you once again for coming, and we'll see you at the next event, hopefully the one you planned.